Okay, hello there YouTube. Welcome back to another video. Feels like a bit of a while between this video and the last, which my videos tend to be these days, to be fair. But nevertheless, we're back. Excuse me. So, in today's Matthews modelling, we are looking at two commission projects. Two commission projects that I finished actually a little while ago, to be fair. Just been cracking on with, you know, some other projects and commissions and things like that I've just not got round to doing a video for them yet, but here they are. So the first one we're going to look at is this very humble Hornby Bagnall. Right, good locos these. Obviously probably overlooked by many for them not being, you know, to scale and things like that, but with a bit of work it can look an awful lot better. So a friend of mine sent me this pristine BR Blue Hornby Bagnall, and we just wanted to give it a spruce up really. So we did respray some parts. We went for a grey roof, which just gives it something else. I think it just looked a little bit too bland all over in the blue, so we gave it a grey roof. Part of the weathering stage did involve me spraying the buffer beams, obviously into a black, and then taking that back a little bit just to create the weathered effect there on the beams, and that is front and rear, which I must say that rear looks fabulous if I don't say so myself. And then the other piece of painting that we did, and this was actually a bit of an afterthought, it was to paint the connecting rods yellow. They were black originally, which was fine, but the owner did suggest, what about the rods in yellow? So we went back in, took it all apart again, and got the rod sprayed yellow. And to be fair, it ties the body in quite nice, you know, going from the front to the back with the yellow section in the middle. So after all the spraying was done, it was then onto the weathering. Now it is rather, well, no, let me rephrase that. It's not as subtle as it might appear through the camera. It's very almost not there through the camera, but I assure you it is. So on the lighter colours maybe, and around the details, you can see there on the roof, there is some streaking, and we do have some build up around the exhaust. And then across the bonnet top there, around the details, they've got some muck collected, and I don't know if you can just make out there, you know, there is some streaking across the bonnet top, but like I say, it's not the best on camera. The body sides again being black, not showing up the best, but again, hopefully if you look closely within the grills or coming down there from the door handle, things like that, collected in the stairs, in the steps. We do have muck on there. Front end, so again, buffer beam as we've mentioned, which was painted, and then had some taken back, and then it was weathered again over the top. Grease on the buffer heads, some weathering on the coupling, and then some in the radiator, which again you might be able to just pick up, but there is more there. And then the rear, which is my favourite part, I must admit. I think the rear, everything just looks well with the rear. I think with the grey roof, beams, wasp stripes, the black of the weathering on the beam now kind of ties it into the wasp stripes. Again, some good blobs of buffer grease there. And I think all in all, it's, yeah, just transformed this loco into something a little bit more usable, a little bit more realistic. And they're good runners, these as well. They are, I love the runners of the Bagnall. I think I've got 3 or 4. And yeah, never had problems with them. I do actually have a Bagnall project with myself where I've shortened it, but who knows when that'll be out in a video. But yeah, that's the first part of this video. So it was this Hornby Bagnall, and I hope you'll agree, it's come out rather nice. So I'll bob this one away, and I'll get out the other item of stock which was part of this commission. Bear with. And here is item 2. A very lovely, and now lovely Brakevan. Right, so This turned into quite the extended project, to be fair. So he sent me the Bagnall and he sent me the Brakevan with it, and it was a bit of a, you know, do what you can with it. It was a bit rough around the edges. All we knew was that we were kind of planning this SR style-esque appearance with this reddy colour on the ends. So like I say, it was a little bit rough, particularly the roof. So this had the same treatment. The roof was resprayed into this very light, you know, lighter, almost primer grey. And then we set about doing the ends into the reddy orange, you know, southern region colour that they used to apply to the ends of the Brakevans, or more noticeably on the pillbox. Now the colour itself is actually orange, but once it's applied over the body and with weathering on top, it does, you know, appear a little bit more red. But to be honest, even though it might not be the perfect colour, I mean, I think it does it goes with the brown. I think it's, you know, a very good complement to each other. So obviously we got that on both ends. There we go. That does include the inside verandas as well. Just a bit hard to spray in there, but we managed. And then lamp irons picked out in white. Then went ahead and started to add some little bits, so again some buffer grease. Also went to the trouble of this on painting some silver behind the buffer heads, you know, all about the little details. And we did that on both ends, but then we also went to town a little bit on the weathering as well. Again, this colour not the best to show it up, but what it is there, the chassis, and you can just kind of make out there above the running number, you know, it's suitably filthy. And again, the red ends, they're really not picking it up, but the muck is sat nicely inside those, you know, those grooves of the planks. Roof, a little bit similar to the Bagnall, some streaking, some build up around exhaust ports and vents and things. But yeah, once you see it all together with the little silver bits behind the buffers, the buffer grease, the lamp irons, the weathering, really is a nice, you know, a nice Brakevan now. And then to top it all off, which I managed to persuade the customer's arm, was to get hold of one of the Model leaning guards, you know, to be peeking out of the veranda. And these really are the bee's knees for figures. So it ended up being, you know, a longer project, and quite an involved project, covering, you know, all the little details on there, but highly worth it. It's a very nice Brakevan. So a couple of nice projects there, get them together. Got the Brakevan. Tell you what, we'll turn back around this way, seeing as though its rear end is so sexy. There we go. Lovely. So these are just the latest two, you know, to unleash on you all and to show you. Many more things have been going on, projects and stuff like that. My 009 craze has really taken off. I've been building kits left, right and centre, and just many other projects to show, you know, as and when we get round to it. But for now, Hornby Bagnall, Bachmann Brakevan, a very nice pair, and rather proud. So as always, let me know what you think, and I will see you all in the next video. All right, bye bye.